Hi everyone, welcome once again to this live segment with Mr. Therapist. I must say thanks for joining this live video. Just in case this video pops up on your news feed for the first time since you have been using Facebook and you're not following this blog yet, please do well enough to hit the follow button and begin to follow so that you can continue to see a defined and educational content from this blog. I must say thanks to others that have just hit the follow button, to people that share my post, to my fans nationwide that talks to one or two persons about Mr. Therapist. I must say thank you very much. And I must say a big thank you to people across the nation that keeps putting a call across to me. Like people that contact me for the job, and people that are across different states in this country. I get calls across the south and mostly people from the east as well. Of recent, my calls come mostly from those in the west, that is Lagos State, Nigeria. I must say thanks for your patronage. I really appreciate you people for trusting and counting on me. To those of you that have opened the blog and you have dropped your review so far and you have recommended this blog, I am very grateful. If you are following this blog has blessed your life. This blog has done one or two things for you. I really encourage you, please do stop by to drop your review and recommendation after watching this live video. Thanks once again and God bless you. I decided to cease fire on the giveaway thing because I noticed that some people were just commenting on my post because they just want to grab the data and off you don't see them again. That was what I noticed. So I was led by my own spirit to cut down on the giveaway thing for a while, lie low, and see if people still support me the way they do. At least by lying low on the giveaway, I can actually pinpoint a few people that genuinely follow me and know those that are just following for the giveaways. And so far, by God's grace, I've been able to note a handful of women and men that these ones, once they see a post from Mr. Therapist, they are willing to die for it. And these are the kind of people that I really want. If I can have a hundreds of those kind of people, this blog will be something else that I would love to grow with. And when I want to resume giveaways, I want to resume first by crediting these people because these people tried. Every other person that only wants to comment when giveaways attached to it, that person can wait till eternity. I don't care. I don't have time. The people that I carry on my mind, those that I really want to appreciate are those that whatever it takes, so long as it's Mr. Therapist, they are willing to give their support. Those are the people I want, not giveaway fans. But I know one thing for sure, I would never stop giveaways. So if you are just following this blog for the giveaways and after the giveaways you want to move away, it's your call. It is your loss, not mine. Now I want to talk on something very, very crucial as Mr. Therapist here. Young man, if you have not been to the four walls of the higher institution before, if you have not been to university before all your life, and the woman that you are dating happens to be in the university as we speak, listen and listen very carefully. I am not saying this to discourage you in any way. I am just saying this as I'm being led. There is a great disparity between you and that lady. I come again. If you have not been to the university before, you have never seen the four walls of a university all your life, and the only lady that you are dating is a university student, either in a year 1, year 2, year 3, or year 4. Take my advice. Find a way, enter school too. Find a way, gain admission. Find a way, write JAM, write post JAM, gain admission, and start university too. It is better to be a fresher in the higher institution, and your woman, your babe, happens to be a year 2 student, year 3 student, year 4 student. That one can still be managed to. I come again. It is better to be a fresher in the university while your babe is year 2, year 3, year 4, or even a medical student, that is year 5. You understand me? But that you're not even a student. You haven't even known what university look like. You haven't even seen the university gate all your life. And your babe is in the university and you count on marrying that girl. Chances are that she will graduate and she would suddenly not find you up to her taste, up to her standard. Chances are that before she would graduate, she would find another guy that will fit into her new class and status. So if you still want to marry that girl because according to you, you love her, she means everything to you. The instant this young lady is in the university, please, for your own sake, try find way buy jam from right time to. Find way any kuku gain admission follow start school. So that at least you and this girl can still be in the same level, almost the same level. Don't exempt yourself from university education, from tertiary learning. Meanwhile, your own woman that you want to marry has obtained it to the highest level. Because you see this, not my type, not my type thing like girls say. Many times, as much as I want to blame the girls, when I put myself, when I fit myself in their shoes, I see that they are right. A girl that has been to the 4 walls of university, who has obtained not just the knowledge but the experience and the exposure, might not necessarily fit into your life again, because already there are things that she can't relate with you anymore. So long as a newfound exposure, experience, and knowledge is concerned. So therefore, as a woman updates herself with academic knowledge, with the exposure, with the experience, it is eminent, important, necessary for you as a young man to equally update your own self, so that the both of you can always be in sync and flow together. It's like it's like when a believer wants to want to marry an unbeliever, there will be a problem, because the Bible says, "Do not be unequally yoked with an unbeliever." So when a believer wants to marry an unbeliever, there will certainly be a problem. And the only way a believer can marry an unbeliever is that the believer must first upgrade the unbeliever to becoming a believer like him or her. And how do you upgrade an unbeliever? It is very simple. You lead the unbeliever to Christ. You preach Christ to the unbeliever. Then when the unbeliever accepts your newfound faith and becomes a believer like you too, that is the only ground you can marry an unbeliever. But until the unbeliever accepts Christ as his or her personal Lord and Savior, you cannot and should not and must not marry an unbeliever. If not, there will be problem in that marriage. Because the Bible clearly states that light and darkness cannot meet. It says, what concord does light have with darkness, and what fellowship does an unbeliever have with a believer? So, in as much as you would need to upgrade an unbeliever to a believer's level if marriage must take place, so long as you are uneducated and your girl is becoming educated by the day, please, as a young man, let me eat you this hard truth. I know you love her. I know that you don't want to lose her. I know she means everything to you. But please upgrade yourself to her level too. As she is busy upgrading herself, you too upgrade your own self. So that tomorrow this young girl will not come and put her hands in her nose and tell you, but you're not my type. But it will hurt you. When she will come out tomorrow and tell you, but you're not my type, it will hurt you. But that's the truth. Because fact is, when she was busy upgrading herself, you weren't upgrading yourself. You were doing nothing. In fact, if you cannot pursue a girl that much to upgrade yourself as she is upgrading herself academically, then let her go, drop her and pick someone else your class. So that tomorrow someone wouldn't come and insult you and make you feel pained and make you feel like hanging yourself or committing suicide. You understand me? In that same regard, if you are a Christian and you must marry from a Muslim faith, please, it is either you convert to Christianity first. It is either you convert the Muslim person to Christianity first, or you being a Christian convert to Muslim religion first. If you can't convert first to the Islamic religion, or the Muslim person convert to Christianity religion, please don't marry. Because definitely, when you from a different religion marry someone from another different religion, there is bound to be problems. I come again. A Muslim cannot marry a Christian without first being a conversion. If they don't convert before the marriage, they must convert after the marriage. If not, there is always going to be disparity. How do I mean by disparity? As couples, you should worship together in the same church. So now a time shall come where a man shall say, I am the head of this home. You must follow me to the mosque. And you as a Christian, you are not allowed by church doctrines to go to the mosque. How do you handle it? How do you put up with that? You understand me? Definitely, things are always gonna go wrong. Forget how much you love somebody. Always make sure that the two of you are flowing in the same frequency, in the same sync, before you can say that you want to marry somebody. Then, on a very crucial note, I want to stress something which is very, very important. And that thing is this. As a young man, if you want to get married to a girl who hasn't gone to the university before, but you want to be the sponsor. By being the sponsor, you want to be you want to use your own money and sponsor this girl in the higher institution. It is very advisable that you first of all go and see the girl's parents. Don't just have everything agreement with her. No, see the girl's parents, obtain list, and do something on the girl's head first. I come again. If your girl hasn't gone to the higher institution before, and as a young man you want to marry her, you want you want to marry her, you want to settle down with this girl properly, but this girl hasn't gone to the higher institution first. The rules of engagement is meet the girl's parents, pay something on her head first before you send that girl to the higher institution. Do not go and marry a girl that do not go and sponsor in the university a girl that is not married to you. And if you are very, very sharp and you have the money, I would say marry the girl properly. Let the girl go to school from your house. It's that simple. Because many times the daughters of Zion, they can become with surprises. They after sponsoring her in school, she could still come out and say, how much is your bride price? I want to refund it. And of course, I wouldn't lie to you because my office stands for truth, justice, and fairness. So I'll be very, very blunt here. Bride price can be refunded. I come again. They pay back bride price. Let me use pigeon. Girl, if you return your bride price give you, and you must accept it. Because once she made up her mind that she can't marry you again, and she has the means, the money, the everything to pay back what you've paid on her head, she can always refund it. So if the girl means everything to you and you are sharp, it is better you marry her properly and legally. Let her go to school from your own house as Mrs. Emeka, Mrs. Emmanuel, Mrs. Shinedu, Mrs. Then put your name. When you marry a girl properly, she now goes to school from your house as your own wife. That way is mature, is responsible. It shows that you are always thinking 2 steps ahead of time. Don't go and sponsor in the university a girl that you have not even married to her yet. Because by so doing, you are doing for her what they call husband duties. I come again. You are doing for her what they call husband duties. So if at the end of the day, that girl says she can't marry you anymore, you are on your own. In banking, they call insurance policy. When you marry a girl properly first, and she goes to school from your house as your own wife, as Mrs. This and Mrs. That, it is called an insurance policy. Insurance policy is simply a life insurance policy. You understand me? But any girl that you haven't even paid anything on her head, you haven't married her properly, and you are now taking money from your account to pay her school fees. My dear young man, last she might run you street, and when she runs you street, it will mean that in the end she might not marry you. And perhaps if what you paid on her head as dowries or bride price wasn't that big, she still might refund it and go away. Last is your loss. But when you properly marry her and she goes to school from your own house, she goes to school, she puts down in all her files from acceptance fee and the rest as Mrs. Emeka, Mrs. Shinedu, Mrs. Bright, Mrs. This. Every form she's filling in school is Mrs. This. At least when a young man comes close to her, difference dey. Say this one na married woman, say na even her husband dey sponsor am through school. Even if she wants to wake up one morning and divorce you, she will think well, because to divorce someone that is sponsoring you in school or that sponsored you in school is a different ball game compared to refunding bride price. So please follow me very well. I am responsible for what I'm saying, not what you understand. I come again. I am responsible for what I'm saying, not what you understand. So on a very serious note, before you ever take money from your account and send a girl to school and sponsor her in school, on a very serious note, marry the girl properly first. Pay all the dowries, do traditional marriage, do white wedding. Let her now become your wife. The two of you should pronounce husband and wife in church, Mr. and Mrs. This in church. After the two of you have been properly married now, and she has been legally seen as your wife officially, between God and man, between the laws and customs and traditions of the society, that she is Mrs. Shinedu, Mrs. Okafor, Mrs. Emeka, Mrs. Put your name there. At that point in time, if you would like invest $1 million in education, sir, carry go. Now you get the road, as in clear road. The road is all yours. At that point in time, she is going to school from her own husband house. She is going to school as Mrs. Somebody. So from the very first form she would fill in the higher institution to everything that she's gonna put her name will always go with Mrs. When a young man approach her, she will think well before she will start saying, my name is this. She will think well before she will start giving her phone number. By then, whatever she is doing, she would use her number 6, because to divorce a man that is funding you in school is a different ball game compared to refunding bride price, or compared to a man who hasn't even done anything on her head, or yet he is busy sponsoring you in school. So my dear young men, don't make that mistake, because over the years men have been making that mistake countless times. They never marry a woman, but then they carry school fees for head, then they carry house rent for head, then they carry things for head. Please make that mistake no more. Stop allowing girls to run you street. Stop allowing a girl think that, okay, I have not gone, because some girls actually reasoning out that way. I haven't gone to school before, and I would like him to sponsor me in school, but how can I convince him? I mean, to sponsor me in school can run up to $500,000 or more. How can I convince him? I'm not even his blood. I am just his girlfriend. The friends might even tell her to give you sex. She'll be like, no, sex is not that's something to use and make a man sponsor you in school. Before you know it, she'll be like, okay, maybe if I promise him marriage, he might do it for me. Do you now see how the whole thing begins? Maybe if I promise him marriage, he will do it for me. And the girl now feels that because if she can sweet talk you, totally expect, count on, or open marrying her, that means you can actually begin to sponsor her in school. Fine. The Bible says that the devil is subtle. The Bible says the devil has threefold mission: to kill, to steal, and to destroy. I have come that you may have life and have it more abundantly. Anyone thinking to run you straight, anyone thinking to deceive you, anyone thinking to extort money from you, when deep down their ass they mean evil, they don't mean well. That person is the devil. Witchcraft isn't only by flying at night. Witchcraft is when you purposely want to loot someone. So at that point in time, as a young man, if what she's bringing your way is marriage, as a yardstick to gain sponsorship from you to use your number 6. Do the right thing first. Follow steps, follow procedures. Get married first to her before you sponsor her. If along the line you cannot get it done to the very end, please back out. Because to sponsor someone in school is not moi, it's not shoot baby fly. It takes a whole lot of commitment. If you're not committed and devoted, you will hang halfway. Seriously. Because a time comes in a man's life that the demands for academics become too much, too high. That if God does not give you the grace, the sustainability, you will just withdraw halfway along the line. So now imagine, after all the funding, this girl now comes and tell you, and they do again. If you're not strong mentally and psychologically, you might end up very depressed and next is suicide. But I don't prefer suicide for anybody, because suicide is the worst thing that can ever happen to a normal human being. So please, Always use your tongue to count your teeth. Always do the right thing at the right time. Don't let any woman, any man run you straight. Don't ever jump any order in life. Take it one step at a time. Once again, God bless you for watching this video. God bless you for staying live with Mr. Therapist this evening. Do have a wonderful day. Before I go, please, if you have dropped voice note on my inbox so far and you have not created my account yet, let me use this medium to tell you that Mr. Therapist does not respond to voice note or messages except you have created my account and you have sent me proofs of payment. Whatever thing you have dropped for me in my inbox and you've asked me to check it out, to give attention to it, please know it right now that I don't give attention to such things. I don't check it out first without getting a proof of payment until alert enters my phone as we agreed. I don't work on anything so that I don't end up doing what I don't get paid for. You can always count on me to deliver the job once you have made payment into my account. But until you have made payment into my account and you show me the proof of payment, please don't expect that I will work your work. It's not possible. I am saying this to all of you that have dropped messages and voice notes for me, yet you have not yet created my account. I don't work that way. The instant you create my account, the next thing you must do is download the receipt of transfer of funds. If it was POS, snap the POS, send it to my inbox. Once I confirm it and I confirm my alert, then I would discuss with you how to go about doing your job. That's where I am satisfied, you are satisfied. But don't expect me, Mr. Therapist, to look into your work when you haven't paid any kobo into my account. It's not going to happen. I am being serious here, and please take me seriously. For all counseling section, I charge 5,000 naira. Counseling section is the beginning to the end of the section. A session could last for some days, for some hours, highest 2 weeks, depending on the case I'm handling. And a section is just a particular case. If a particular person has 5 things bothering him or her at the same time, it means the person has 5 good sections. How do I mean? A man wants advice on career. Same man wants advice on relationship. Same man wants advice on marriage. Same man wants advice on something else. So long as these things are not related, they are not centered or focused on one thing. It is a section. That's how I operate. Some people, each time you contact or consult them, they charge for it. But me, I don't make it happen that way. A section is the beginning to the end of a particular matter. Just as you don't take the same drug for headache and the same drug for stomach pain, in that same way, a section for me is a particular problem standing on its own. The instant you introduce a different variable, a different problem, you are automatically paying for a different section entirely. Then a section starts from the beginning of that very problem and ends when the problem ends. That's how far I can go. Now, for those of you who don't have the 5K to pay for a therapy section, there's a book authored by Mr. Therapist himself on marriage. It is called Making Your Marriage Work. That book is valued at just 1,500 naira. You can grab that book and use it to improve on your relationship and on your marriage. The book is not a physical book. It isn't a hard copy material. For some people are still wondering. The book is an e-copy, a soft copy, and an electronic material only accessible on WhatsApp. I come again. Only accessible on WhatsApp. The instant you pay 1.5 into my account, I would get your WhatsApp number and share the book on you as document via WhatsApp. Just a click on the book is going to open for you to read. No stress. Then on the final note, I run advert on this blog. By advert, I mean I can give visibility to your business, to your whatever, to your endeavor. If you are selling anything online or offline and you want people to know what you are into, I can give visibility to it and I charge 3K for it. Adverts run 3 times per day on this blog and it runs for a whole 7 days. For all advert, I charge 3,000 naira. For the book I authored, I charge 1.5, and for all therapy section, I charge 5,000 naira. Do have a wonderful day. And just before I go, those of you thinking that giveaway has stopped, it hasn't stopped. I am just lying low to observe and differentiate my real fans and the giveaway fans. Because if I don't take my time now, that is still early to differentiate my giveaway fans and my active fans, I might end up taking what belongs to the genuine fans and dash to giveaway fans. So I have decided that I will halt every giveaway. Throughout this week, I may not even do giveaways once I finish doing top up for those, because there are numbers on my inbox now that I must top up for them. Once I finish with those people, I may not do giveaway again. Reason being that I want to see people that will still comment on my post with or without the giveaways. So that when I resume giveaway anytime next week, read my lips. When I resume giveaway anytime next week, those people that have been there even when the giveaway stop coming, those are the people that I will take seriously. Those are the people that even if it is 1 gig, I will dash them because they tried. But you see those ones, at least there are some names that for over 5 to 6 days I didn't see them on my comment section. All of a sudden those names have reappeared because they have now heard that I was putting them on test. Now those kind of names that have reappeared, I don't have their time again, because they have proven to me that indeed they were just for the giveaways. I don't have their time again. People that I have time for, at least one of them, Queen Bookie. That girl, in fact, that girl is a gold mine. Queen Bookie. Such people as a Faith Wisdom. Such people as Miss Lara Muhammad. There are a list of them that I now know their names. I mean, I know them by names. I can call out their names. I can mention their names because they have commented more than once, and they have been commenting even when the giveaway stops. These are the kind of people that tomorrow, if I'm blessing lives, I'll begin with them. So once again, thanks for watching Mr. Therapy's Live's evening section. If you haven't hit the follow button yet, please do so. And please, if you haven't dropped a review or recommendation on this blog, as soon as I exit this live video right now, open the Mr. Therapy's blog, type whatever is laid in your heart to type, and drop it as a review and recommendation for the blog. God bless you. Bye bye for now.